Silent Night, hymn number 204, was done in one day. This is one of our favorite songs, but you know what? It didn't have any foreshadowing or planning. It was actually a result of a music emergency. The Catholic priest, Father Joseph Mohr, who is credited for the lyrics to this song, was in Austria, and in that morning on Christmas Eve, the church organ broke down and no longer worked. And he had to scramble a little bit to come up with a hymn where his organist, Franz Gruber, could play and accompany him on the guitar. So I tried really hard to find a really good guitar arrangement. I looked at the chords and the tabs, and I just couldn't really get it. And I also am not very good at the guitar, and I wasn't able to plunk out the chords the way I wanted to make it sound holy and silent and beautiful. So I did play this one on piano, but lots of credit goes to these two men for on Christmas Eve, they wrote the lyrics, they put it to a tune, and then they performed it that night, all in one day. It was crazy. For the music part of this arrangement, since I couldn't do guitar, I decided to write a viola accompaniment. It just goes along with the piano, which is playing the melody and all of the chords here. But we have viola on all three of the verses. The first verse, it plays the melody, but an octave lower, and then the other two verses, and we'll talk about the different verses in a minute. But the other two verses just have a nice accompaniment that I arranged and messed around with. So, for the Catholic congregation, the first night on December 24th, 1818, we had Father Joseph Mohr and Franz Gruber, the organist, and they sang and played guitar, and then the congregation joined them on the last two verses. It is important to note that this hymn was originally written in German, and later it was transcribed by the American Episcopal Bishop John Freeman Young, and he transcribed it into English. He changed a couple of words, cut a couple of verses, and we did change Franz Gruber's music a little bit to go from guitar to organ and piano and other arrangements. However, keeping with the tune, with the original spirit of this hymn, I chose to sing it in German. I have no professional voice training or voice leading in German. However, I did do my hardest to study it and to listen and sing along to a ton of German singers, choirs, people who could speak German. And I hope that it is understandable and that it does do this hymn justice. I hope that you can hear this beautiful still night and that you can feel the peace of an infant, a holy infant, being born on Christmas Eve and bringing light into the world again. Silent night in German is Stille Nacht, which means quiet night. So as we sit here on Christmas Eve, I hope you can enjoy and listen and ponder the meaning of Christmas.